Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Please bear with us. We have been experiencing technical problems, and I would like to thank everyone for attending this seminar to or on-air seminar. So I hope you sit back and pay attention to what we're going to do this morning. The reason why we started the MLM business fundamentals, for we know that to make it into a mastery, we have to say one more time and again, so that all of the things that we're going to learn, all of the principles, the techniques that we're going to learn this morning will become spontaneous in everything that we're going to do. So I'll welcome Mr. Delio Keblat. Thank you for coming over. And to Mr. Bong Brua, and also to all of the invites there. Good morning and welcome. The main objective of what we are going to do this morning is for you to become successful in MLM business. If I'm going to ask you, what is being successful to you? How are you going to answer it? Maybe some of you will think that as a successful person will have assets, money in the bank, investments, and maybe cars, house and lot, and all you can name to become successful person. But you know what? We would like to define being successful in MLM, especially in SFF. We would like to define a successful person as to those person who have an improved lifestyle. You see, I think you also know that people you know who are very rich, people you have heard, read, people are in the Fortune magazine, they are facing a lot of problems, even if they have some money. Maybe during the time in their lives that they are still accumulating assets and their money and improving in their business, they have difficulties in balancing their time with their family, work, and even put their physical health at risk. What we have defined as an improved lifestyle is that to those people who have time with their family, time for personal development, time for social, time for everything. Our life, I think, and I believe also, that we are not just created for work. We are not just created to work, 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 and at the end of the day, um, just get exhausted, wasted our body, and then die eventually. No, I believe life is more meaningful than that. We are created for a very certain and great purpose. And that is to help others also, and that is to give our family a meaningful lifestyle. Now, how are we going to do that? This material, I think, is not new to some of you. Some of you have already heard this from our dear chairman, and some of this are being, maybe some of the principles that we're going to talk this morning, you have heard this from other people. You have heard this from, or have read this from authors of books of leadership, books that is motivational, and some articles of the MLM business. Now, how are we going to do this? How to become a successful person and have improved lifestyle? Do you believe that a successful person is a more skilled person. Do you believe so? I believe so. A person who wants to be successful should develop his skills. A person doesn't grow over time. It has a process. It undergoes education, face a lot of experiences, learn from experiences, and learn from others' mistakes. Yes, learn from others' mistakes. To ask me how to become successful in this business, I cannot tell you my experience because I'm still 1 year. I've been here in the business for 1 year. What I can share to you is what our dear chairman had shared to us, developed from the principles of Michael Kloss. I would like to thank now, personally, our chairman, Didier Laguerre, who has the ever wish for us to become successful. And then he realized that all of this will come to happen to every one of us if we have to equip and become skilled in this certain industry. And to do that, because he himself is not a networker, he came from a traditional business and he had proven himself to be successful. He purchased this material for us to be used and to maximize for our own businesses. So I think I cannot hear how you're going to give him a round of applause, but I ask you to give him a round of applause for his support for all of us. Now, I'll go back to the question how to become successful in this business. We focused on how important this material of Michael Kloss is. I believe that if I'm to become successful in this business, all I need to do is to follow the steps of those who have gone there. To follow the steps of those people who have proven themselves successful in MLM business. And that is why we are using the material of other people. Because Michael Kloss is the top 2 trainer and proved to be successful and become millionaire and had developed leaders, developed trainers, developed MLM coaches to become a better person right now, and who in turn develop other people. And this is, I think, how we grow our network. It will start from following the steps of those people who are successful and then apply it in our own business. Then what we have learned through applying it to our own business will be shared to our people. And we will teach them also how they're going to share this to other people. So on and so on. You know, developing people is the key. If we put it that way, is the duplication is the key for our success. Okay, let's start. How are we going to duplicate? First, in everything there is a process. You have to remember that. Okay, how are we going to acquire new skill? Because if we believe that we have to develop or to master our skills, we have to first assess, evaluate ourselves. Where are we right now? What do I need to improve? What are the things that I need to learn? After that, identify at least 1 to 3, because you cannot develop everything over time in 1 month, in 3 months, in 1 year. Okay? We have to develop one at a time. Once you have determined it, you try to practice it You try to learn, try to look for materials, resources that you need, and do it every day. And look at this, how our mind works. Our mind works in two ways. And there are two types how we acquire knowledge and how we deliver or how we execute the things that we have learned. First, we acquire knowledge through conscious mind. Coming from the external um, world, we use our senses, the five senses, to acquire knowledge. We see things through visual, we acquire knowledge and put it in our mind. We hear, we touch, we taste, and so on. Then we interpret it in our mind. Now, every time that you are exposed to the same knowledge or the same subject, and then you have repeatedly seen that subject or heard that subject, all of the knowledge or the information or details coming from those experiences will be put into your subconscious mind. And then, after that, it becomes natural. You act according to your subconscious mind. Given a situation, just like music, and this is how spaced repetition comes in, just like music. When you hear the music every time, every day, without seeing the lyrics, there's a tendency that after 5 to 10 times you have heard the music, you can memorize the music, you can go along singing with the music without seeing the lyrics. And that is how we are going to acquire new skills in MLM business. Okay? So, are you ready now? Let's learn together. Okay. How are we going to start? Let us try to survey first. If you're new, or I really don't know where we are coming from, where you are coming right now, but if you are going to ask me, I'm also new in the business. So if you are new in the business, or even you're been in the business for 5 to 10 years, and you feel that still you are not successful and still you need to learn something, try to research, try to study. What are the factors that lead to the success of MLM businessmen? Or what are the secrets of these people? Now, to start with, based on the statistics, those people who started their business after 5 years, 95% of them fail. Wow. What is the reason? What do you think is the reason? Maybe we started our business without really knowing how to do the business. Maybe we just have the capital, but we don't have the system, we don't have the right products, we don't have the right market, and then we engage into the business, and then at the end, maybe 2 months, 3 months after that, quit or end up failure. I think it is not new to you, but some of our experiences in the past, when we started to do something, we tried to start something without really knowing what to do. I'll give you an example. The first time you buy your cell phone, what did you do? You try to turn on, try to charge, and maybe some of you, if not all, just open it and try to operate, and then scan the way how you're going to operate the phone, right? We forgot that there is a manual that says or tells us the steps, the procedure or the step-by-step process how to effectively use your cell phone. I think some of you can relate with me, right? And sometimes because we forgot to use the manual, we end up into a PUK lock or something like a password has been locked, and then you go back to the manufacturer or to where you bought the cell phone and then ask for a replacement or maybe have it open again. Maybe we can maybe this is a common practice to all of us. You see, there are secrets. There are ways how to be effective, how to do it right. And in our business, I believe so. There are also things that we can use how to do it right. And this is how what we are sharing to you right now. Those people who have gone there have used a system, a manual that is proven to be effective, and that's the reason why they get their destination. They get there. So why not follow their footsteps? And that is why we need to have knowledge. Some people believe that just doing something or action, being hard worker, basta masipag ako, magtatagumpay ako. Nothing wrong with that. I believe, wala pong naging matagumpay na tao na hindi po nagsikap at hindi dumaan ng hirap. I also believe that, of course. But let me challenge you, guys. Let's compare two persons who has a lot of effort, hard work, compared to a person who uses his knowledge and has. For example, I'll give you an example of two salesmen. Two salesmen went out for sales call. The other one went out also for a sales call in 1 month. Their target is to get 100 sales in a month. Okay. Now, the strategy of this person, this one who believes I need to do action, action, action. I need to do more effort. This salesman A, we call it salesman A, went out, go house to house, and then knocked on the door, just like an Electrolux man, remember? We went into that kind of system, and then, ano nangyari? Sa first door, merong magbubukas sa'yo, maybe ang sasabihin sa'yo, ay wala po yung boss ko dito eh. Pwedeng bumalik na lang po kayo. Ay okay, sige. The other door, the same thing happened until after 10 times. The 10th house, nakakuha siya. Yes, okay, kailangan namin yan. Then go again. The next 5 house, balik ka na lang. The next is, oh, wala eh, hindi namin kailangan yan eh. And the next 10 house again, nakakuha siya. Until doing the same thing over and over again for 1 month, he got at least, let's say, 10 sales. And that is, I think, maybe good number to him already. But let us compare to one person who has better actions, who would also make better results. The other salesman, what he did is that he called first, he had a list of people, called first for an appointment before going to the office or to the house. He called 1,000 people in a month. Let's say, for example. And then he got an appointment of 300 to 400 appointment in a month. He got a sale of 100 sale in a month because of what he did. Why? He made sure that he can talk to the right person. He made sure that if he goes to the house, to the office, the right person is there. The person that I need to talk to is there. The decision maker that I need to talk to is there. The person that who has the ability or that has the capability to pay is there. Okay? So this is better actions that delivered better results. And this is why we need to understand that to do that, we need to acquire new skill and new knowledge. Because actions without knowledge leads us to failure. Because those people, really just believe that you can get what you really want if you do a lot of things and do some strategy. Try to watch this video. Okay, as we are waiting to play for the video, try to watch this and pay attention to what had happened or how this video will impact you and can relate to what we are saying right now. Okay, while we do the video. Okay, my friends, please bear with me. We are having again difficulty in playing our video, but let's try it again. Okay, here we go. Okay, let us not waste our time watching this video. Let us move on to the next slide. Okay, now, in the video, if I'm going to, I think, I hope Bong can show it to you because I have given the video to Bong. Bong, please show it. It's about the pig who wants to get the cookie. The pig uses a lot of strategy, different kinds of actions, did not get anything. So, we have to really understand we need to acquire new things, new knowledge, and to keep us updated so that we will always have things that we need to do. Maybe I should, I'm sorry, I want to confuse you. Meaning, if you acquire new things and new knowledge, you will improve your skill, and you will, once you practice this knowledge and new skill, you learn from it, and then you try to improve every day until you get better results. Compared to just keep on doing what you have been doing, thinking a lot of things, how to attract people, how to attract customers, then end up in burnout because more actions does not deliver more results. Better action because of the new skills that you have experienced will deliver new results. You see, right now, talking about how to become successful and how to achieve things through our actions in a better actions, we have to consider that all our actions now, the way we behave, our attitude, our how we display our behavior, it all comes from the way we think. It all affected by the way we think. And this is what we call our philosophy. Philosophy is not a hard word or a difficult word to understand. Philosophy is just all of the things that you have acquired, all of the knowledge, experiences that you have acquired since the beginning. You studied, learn, or try to you acquire information and knowledge, and until now, comprised all the things that how you behave and how you think today. And how you think today affects on your attitude. Your attitude also affects on how you do things. And this will determine your results and therefore determine how you live today, which is your lifestyle. I'll give you an example. If you think, if your philosophy is that through through fortune or by chances, I can be rich. What is my action? I'm sorry, this is just a very very good example that I can think of. So I'll tell you ahead that I'm not trying to demean other people who are doing this, okay? But this is some illustrations that I can only think to make this point emphasized. For example, if you believe in chances or accident in how to become rich, what your belief is that your attitude is maybe today I'm not lucky. I will just go look at the horoscope. Okay, when the horoscope tells me this is your lucky day, and this will you have 4, 5, 6 numbers, and then you try to think of okay, these numbers will give you luck, and avoid this kind of people. Okay, that is how horoscope do. Usually the message of the horoscope, right? And then your action now will, of course, try to follow that. Then you, oh, because you believe that you will be rich, but through luck and through all of these numbers, you try to bet on lotto. Okay, and then that is your actions. Now the results, what? Did you win in lotto? How many people did that and win in lotto? I think maybe not only 5% or maybe not 1%. Maybe I cannot say. We cannot really determine. I have no statistics, but I think a few people only done to that. And then the risk is, at the end of the day, you feel negative. Now your lifestyle will be just like that. You the next day you try to wake up again, and the same cycle of your life because that is how you believe life would be. So this is how our mind how our mind affects our actions and our lifestyle today. And that's the reason we would like to encourage you to have a change of mind, a change, a some people call this paradigm shift. Look at the things that will really lead you to success, and not just by depending your success to luck. Okay? So now the point here is that you have to improve your philosophy. Everyone wants to improve his lifestyle. So what are you going to do? If philosophy affects our attitudes, actions, and then results, then eventually determine our lifestyle, then we have to change our philosophy so that our attitudes will also be changed, actions will be better, results will be improved, lifestyle change also. So that's how we believe we are going to be successful. Okay. Now, those people who keep on doing things without acquiring new knowledge will end up burned out. And then those people, just like some of my friends who I have invited in our business before, they think that they can be successful at first, and then they try to do the things their own way and end up and then quit. And then blame me at the end and saying, ah, di naman ako maging successful pala dyan. Sabi mo, ganito, ganyan. And then, I think that is not new to you. Some people you have encountered also, or maybe some of your people before encountered the same. We don't have one system. We don't have the manual of the way of doing it. And that's the reason why some people quit, burned out, and then blame us. And some people maybe just stop, look for another way of earning their living. So that is natural and that is expected to people who have no knowledge of what they're going to do. So that's the reason that before you start with all kinds of business or anything to, please search first, know the things that you need to know before engaging into any kind of activity. Okay? There are, and I encourage you, if you are going to recruit new people today or sponsor new people today, if you are doing prospecting and looking and eyeing for 10, 20, 30 people added in your group, the first thing that you're going to do is it will going to start from you. The personal development is for you to become successful. If you are telling people that you improve yourself, what I'm going to do, what am I going to do to improve my lifestyle? So the question will be turned first to yourself. You have to have personal development first. You have to put development in all aspects in your life. If you determine that you need to speak better, if you have to enroll in a speech club, just like me, I'm planning to enroll in a speech club. I'm planning to enroll in a Toastmaster. And if you have Toastmaster club in Davao, in Cagayan de Oro right now, please, excuse me, try to inquire. And maybe this is one venue wherein also you can develop how to really speak well and deliver your presentations well, and then really have the confidence speaking in front of the public. And also, um, mind you, this is also a good avenue where you can get good prospects. Okay, so I'm also planning. I hope some of you can join me. Uh, you see, I'm still learning to speak correctly. As you noticed, I need to really speak fluently in English, and at the same time, I need to really to how would I say, really to come up with better scripts so that when I deliver the training to you, it will be easy to understand. And I need, and I encourage you also start it with yourself. You start develop yourself and determine what you're going to do today that will make you a better person. Not only in speech, maybe the way you look, the way you carry yourself, the way maybe writing skills, everything. Because if you're going to attract people, a lot of people will not follow you if they do not see it from you. Remember, guys, we have to do something that is uh, in what it takes to be successful in this MLM business. If there are materials out there, if there are audiobooks out there for you to become successful, why not grab it? Why not for a day? A lot, one, and I also only try to look things uh, to to focus on your personal development, some also of your spiritual development. You see, our approach right is well, and I believe if we're going to improve our lifestyle, we need to have a holistic lifestyle, meaning we have time for family, we have time for our personal development, we have time for social development, we have time for physical. I think some of you, just like me, I need to really reduce my weight. But you know, our target is should not be reduce our weight. Our target be an end of mind. We have to determine what waistline I want after 6 months, after 1 year. That is a specific target. Okay, we will discuss goal setting and achieving our goals next week. That is part of the illustration I have told you already. Now, for us to be develop and to become successful, number one, we have to know everything about MLM. Okay, there are some things here. I think this is not all, but some that we have to consider. I encourage you, after you have sponsored people, new people, you have to expose them to number one, what is the industry all about? They have to understand MLM. You have to tell them the fundamentals of, okay? Now, there are groups that will do everything accordingly. Yes, you believe that there is a capital, there is a market that you need to look, there is products that are going to sell, there are systems that you have to follow. Okay, so tell them and do things accordingly. In SFF right now, we do it in a process, just like baking cakes. There are process, and we teach them or soak them into that certain process, and there is no that all of those new recruits or even you, if you are not really aware of our industry, listen to those video or audiovisual materials that you have in the internet, and try to learn it. Trying to learn for those people who have been in the business for quite some time. Okay, and then in this in this in this webinar, the advantage of this, after we have a copy of this YouTube, so you can download and then listen it again and again. Remember how you memorize skills and becomes natural to you. It is by listening. And number three, you have to know your numbers. We understand that our business is about profit, is about how much you want to, all about profit. I'm saying that in any business, there is always a profit. And if you don't know your marketing plan, you don't know how you're going to earn in this business, I expect you after a few months, you will going to leave this business, because you know it's useless that if you are in this business and you are not earning, what are you doing? Socialization? What are you doing? Especially if you have a family. And I think if you have a family, you will not, of course, you know what I'm saying. Now, attend every event. In CDO, there are events that your upline, your leaders are organizing. Attend every event. Attend every webinar. You have to be involved in every event in your organization. No one will update you. It is you who will be intentional to get information from your organization. So when you attend every event, you will listen, you can hear the message over and over again, right? And it will come to your subconscious, and then you will have to memorize it over and over again. So attend every event. You can hear, you can meet people, be successful. You can also gigs and be accountable to them, and then you can See how they motivate you to do the same. And I think this optional. This is a must. Work only in one company. If you're doing networking business in SFF and doing it also in Avon, direct selling, or doing other things in other company, I think you will not be. Maybe you can earn. I can agree, but you will not get your potential. You will not get your potential uh, success that is being just like air because you are not focused in one thing that you're going to do. You, I'll give you an example. A lot of people have different types of they have a lot of talents. The best example is our national hero right now, Manny Pacquiao. If you notice, and I think you have seen him, he knows how to sing, he knows how to play basketball, and he is also a multi-career man. He is a politician, he is a boxer, and he is, he can be. I think he can be involved in so many things. But try to ask yourself: can Manny Pacquiao be the best singer in the world, or one of the best singer in the world? I think you will disagree with the same with me, right? Do you think Manny Pacquiao will be the best basketball player or one of the greatest basketball player in the Philippines or maybe in the world? If he focused on doing those things the same time, focusing also in doing boxing, I don't think so. So Manny Pacquiao, I think, even if he's a lot of things, he have acquired so many talents, or maybe God gave him talents, but he focused on one thing, and in boxing. And when he put himself into training, he just focused on doing it. He forget the politics, he forget the things that he's doing. He just focused on something. And that's the reason why he becomes the best. I also urge you that you really wanted to be the best and one of the best leader or top leaders in the Philippines in MLM business. Just work in one company. Focus on your personal development, and you will be, I'm sure. I'm excited to see that you will be successful because that is also what I'm going to do right now. Now, have also a compelling written. You have written why. What is why? Why are you doing this business? You have to ask yourself, why are you here? Now, if you tell me that it is because of the money and it is because of, acquiring properties, I'm sorry, that why is not big enough. You have to have a why on this business, a bigger why, bigger than how much you are going to earn, bigger than uh, the house that you dreamed of, the beautiful car that you will going to have. I suggest that our why will be to become a better and better person, to become a better husband, become a better father. You see, this is for me, this is just my idea. And I'm just sharing it to you. If my wife, for example, is to become a better husband, become family man or father, what will follow? I will be a better. I will earn the money that my family needs and my children wants. I will provide the house that will fit for my family, right? If your why is to become a better person, all things follow. If my why, for example, my why is to become really the top MLM leader in the Philippines, or trainer, maybe, or marketing manager, acquiring properties, acquiring or meeting new people, developing new people or leaders will just come along the way. My point is your why should start from you. And it should not end only in you. I hope you understand me. I will just going to repeat it. It just came into my mind right now. I did not share this in last Monday in Cebu. I did not also share this in yesterday in Davao. But now it just came into my mind. Although I told them that my biggest why is to become a better person. But I add this: your why should become with start from you, but it will not end from it will not end in you. What do I say? If you start to 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 achieve or to aspire to become a better person through doing personal development in all aspects of your life, the next is success will just come along the way, and that at the end of it, you can help develop other people. I hope you can see the point. Because if you have a greater why, and that's the reason why, if you have a greater why, that is 80% of why you are doing what you are doing right now. 20% of how will just come along the way. So the best thing here is to start investing in yourself first. If you have knowledge way back 1960s, 1980s, 1970s, even 1990s, you need to acquire the 2000, 2005, 2014 knowledge. If you can observe how things develop fast, especially I'll give you another example in our technology right now. And you believe that technology is very vital also in the development of everything in any different industry right now. Technology, computerization is being introduced so that your businesses will improve in all aspects, traditional or in any kind of industry, right? So what we have right now, as you observe, is that there are changing requirements. I will repeat, there are changing requirements. Now, if you cannot go along with the changing requirements and you become obsolete and you are not a requirement anymore because you don't play a significant role in an organization, in your company, you can be easily replaced, or you can just, other people, maybe young people, can get ahead of you. So personal development or investing in your personal development cannot be compromised. That is number one in successful business. I'll give you again another example. Even those people who are already rich, even those people who just transferred, no? For example, Henry C. right now, his children are now operating or managing his business. Do you think Henry C's children can manage the empire of Henry C if they don't have knowledge of how we're going to do it? If they will not keeping upgrading themselves, learning new things, they don't earn degrees, master's degree, they don't earn PhD, higher studies. Do you think they can manage the business of their father right now? I don't think so. So even those people who have said they're already rich. They are still learning. Remember what Shinkitan said in his book, For Richer and for Poorer? He said there, poor people invest in entertainment, but rich people invest in education. Again, poor people invest in entertainment. Rich people invest in education. So I encourage you that let's go back to where we need to start. Let's go basics, guys. Basics. Understand basic. And it is the one of the basic thing is you have to study. Diba? Hindi ka naman naging college kung hindi ka naging elementary. Ngayon, school na. Hindi ka naman magiging college kung hindi ka nag-pass ng high school. So the same way, if we are going to go back to base to become better person, then let's go back. I'll give you an analogy again. There was a man who owns a store, and he wants to buy a parrot, and then the parrot will be placed in the store to watch over the store. Now, when he bought the parrot, he asked the salesman or the storekeep owner, how can I parrot talk? And then, love to hear sounds and people talking. You can put this bird or parrot in people where there's a lot of traffic. Said, yeah, perfect. Because I'm going to put my bird or my parrot inside my store. And there's a lot of people coming in. Okay? After 3 days, he noticed that the parrot is not talking. And maybe weak. So he brought the parrot back and said, what happened to my parrot? I have done what you have advised me to do, to put inside the store and then have people talk to the parrot. But 3 days now, there's no effect or no results. Oh, maybe your parrot is so stressed because you have people coming in. Maybe you can also buy something like a slide or a wheel so that the bird can play. You know, birds also, just like us, wants to play. Okay, I'll do that. So he does. And 3 days gone, and then he noticed that the parrot is not moving. Oh no, what happened? So when he looked at the parrot, it was already dead. So he was surprised. So he went back to the store owner, and then the owner, and he told the owner, oh, what happened to your bird? Oh, it's dead. I have done everything that you have told me, but right now, my parrot's dead. What happened? Oh no. Um, did you buy pellet for him or him to eat? See, and that's the reason why some of us just died along the way, and that some of us will not continue shift to other things because we forgot the basic things. In the parrot, the basic thing is that you have to feed first. You have to feed the parrot. You have to let them eat. Because sometimes we recruit people and we don't feed them with knowledge. We don't show them and expose them to knowledge. And then after that, they just go. But the worst, if you yourself are not exposing yourself to the basic things that you need to do. Okay? The basic to learn first, for you to develop first. And then eventually other people will also learn. You can teach them. You can feed them. So just like the parrot, he died because his master did not keep him. You know, acquiring skills cannot be done over time or along the way. Acquiring skills cannot be shortcut, or you just jump on to become an expert without doing the basics. So when I start, I ask you, where are you today? What are the things that you need to achieve? What are the things that you need to improve? Then determine yourself, what am I going to do? What are the resources that I need? For me, the first thing that you need to do is look for people, find people who have been successful, and you are not, I'm congratulating you by being here and listening to me, because I am using one of the best MLM over the world, and try to share it to you. And I'm doing what he is advising, what he is trying to tell us, sharing this to you also. Because you don't have to reinvent the wheel, my dear. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to really think of what is the best technique that you're going to do. There are already people who have gone there. Follow their steps and see the proof, the results that they have already delivered. Now, we have the system of McDonald's and Starbucks, and now SFF. You know, see, McDonald's, they have this structure and accountability. My wife's worked years, and I have seen and I have even about. It's not about the coffee; it's about the people. And I've also seen I've read their manuals, studied their manual, and you know, they have invested first in knowledge before they engage their people into activities. They enroll their people into 2 weeks training in the head office, and then after that, everything, the mind setting, the things, the procedural, then they'll have another 2 weeks for uh, 2 weeks for practicing it, or have it what you call it, trainee on duty. So, and then after that, they will give after a month of training, they will be and given a 2 weeks schedule. And this schedule should be followed closely or religiously. And this is their structure. So they work in one page, they wear the same hat, meaning they just call themselves partners and not really managers, supervisor. They don't have that. So see, these people are using one system. McDonald's the same. Maybe you can cook a better burger, but you cannot compete to McDonald's how they distribute burgers all over the world, right? Because they have already one system. And that is our dream and goal in SFF, that we can have one system, one action that we are doing, and one results, or the same results for each and every one of us. So to do that, we have to go back to basics. And there are only 3 things that we are going to share before we're going to end. I know you have heard all of this before. Even in people who are in sales before, they know that prospection is very important and presentation is very important. I think what is the difference? The difference from the traditional selling is the duplication part. Because in other business, we are just going to sell, you have to present, ask for referrals, but you still the ones going to approach those referrals and then sell. But for us, the duplication part is very important. So here we go. A lot of people know how to do prospection, and they know that it's important. But there is one way. And then again, I will emphasize, there is a skill for doing prospection. Once you practice this prospection, and once you do this prospection every day, looking for people to talk to, there are ways and new things that you acquire. And then when you acquire all of these things, it becomes an art. It becomes the right way of doing it because you along the way you keep on learning, and then you apply new things every day. You apply new things every week, another month, new things to other people because there are, you know, there are different techniques. The principle is the same. You have to talk to people. You have to look for people that you're going to talk to. You have to make friends with people. But you know, when you look at when you talk to different people, you don't talk the same script. You don't use the same approach. So here comes the art of prospection comes in. I hope you can still follow with me. The art of prospection comes in when when you are talking to different kinds of people and get the same results. For example, you're talking to a person who is a housewife, and she is spending more time in doing the household chores, right? This is a different approach to a person, to a woman who is also going a wife, but going in the office for 8 to 10 hours a day. You cannot talk to her about, this is a meaningful thing to do. You will not, things will be routinary. You can bring your children when you do some presentation. Your children can also enjoy, and you can have more time with them. You cannot talk to that kind of script to a housewife because she has a lot of time for her children. She has a lot of time doing this for time together with the family. You can talk to that. You can use that script to a career woman. So you know what I mean. There are different strokes to different folks. Different strokes to different folks. But guys, let us be clear. The art of prospection is uh, is a non-changing principle. I mean, you have to do prospection. You cannot change that. But the strategy of doing it to different people, you can change. Okay, that is temporary. The technique can be improved, can be changed because you meet different kind of people. And as I've said, remember, there are changing requirements. Okay, changing needs are not changed, but there are changing requirements on how to get those needs, how to address those needs. Those are changing requirements. I hope you can still follow me. Now, after the art of prospection, you talk to people. You have to learn also the art of presentation. And here comes how you're going to make your presentation very interesting without losing the most important details of your presentation. You can present in 5 minutes, in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or 30 minutes, depending on the requirement or allotted time given to you by your prospect. And still made it or achieve the objectives of your presentation. So that is an art of presentation. We will deal with that more and more closely as we go along with our webinars. Next is you should acquire the art of duplication. If you're going to look at it, the art, number one, as I have said, remember, personal development is very important. Okay? Looking for people is easy if you are attractive. If you are a nice person to talk to, if you have learned the art of prospection. So number one, that is a given fact. Now, to do prospection is the first step, and you cannot compromise this. You cannot go ahead presenting without prospection. You have to respect the process. Okay? So you have to respect that process. Now, going to duplication, you can be successful in duplication without being successful in prospection. The three fundamentals that we're going to do are simply stated like this. Prospection, you look for people to talk to and make them friends of yours. And then present to them why you are here in the business, and encourage them or know what is their why, and encourage them to join your group. Once they become your member in your group, you teach them how to do the same, the things that you have been doing. That is duplication. It is simple to understand, but I'm sure it is not easy to do, right? But sometimes the basic things that we need to do are the things that we neglect, and that's the reason why we also end up, you know, we are short to what we are going to achieve. So let's go very short into prospection. In prospection, number one is that rule number one, always remember people will not all people will follow you. Not all people will talk to you. Okay? You have to remember, your goal in your prospection is you have to be likable, you have to be trustworthy. Okay? All people should know you and like you and trust you. That's paramount. Okay, the art of prospection. You can do this without going into the market. Okay, go into the market. You have to go out. You have to be intentional. Every day you have to allot time going out to the market, look for people to talk to. You have to be genuinely interested in other people. Guys, don't think prospection is looking for people where you can sell products to them. No, guys. You are really mistaken when you do that. What we are trying to say here is that you have to know the person first. You have to like the person first. To do that, you have to be interested with them. You have to show interest. And that, I think, I suggest as you go along, you will understand that you don't have to really talk to all the people that you're going to meet. Because there are people that really don't want to talk to you, or maybe maybe you like this person, but no time for me to talk because he's now going out in the market, or going out, or maybe very much in a hurry. So you see, you have to you have to choose along the way when to approach people and when to talk to them. You will learn that, I'm sure, along the way. The point here is that you don't go there and just think you can sell to people. No. Be interested with them first. Now, once you're in, let's say, for example, into a bar, a Starbucks cafe, let's say, for example, you went there, you have to look for people that maybe interesting people that that you can approach. Then I suggest for you not to have difficulty in approaching people, keep a smile on your face. You know, if you keep a smile on your face, people will just easily smile at you or smile back. And then when they smile back to you, you can now easily approach them, right? I think there's no argument for that already. You can smile to all people. If they don't smile, then okay, no worry. Remember the rule of the game. Not all people will like you. Not all people will talk to you. Friend, now, once you meet them, always remember you have to really recall, you have to memorize their name. And Michael Claus is a very good technique on how to remember their name or how you're going to use their names. Because sometimes when you are introduced to people, um, you introduce yourself, hi, I'm Joshua. And this other person also, hi Joshua, I'm Mike. And then I go on, yes, Michael, pleased to meet you. See, I missed the point. He he introduced himself as Mike, not Michael. Although his real name is Michael, but he wants to be called as Mike. So be sensitive on that. Some people may fall into the trap on using their first name or their full name. Some people will just want to be called by their nickname or their aliases, you know. So you just have to really be sensitive on that because people will be interested to you because they want to be called by their names. Just like in Starbucks, that's a secret in Starbucks. When you introduce, yes, sir, what name I will put in your cup? When they Josh, they don't suggest Joshua po. No, they will just hi Josh. Okay, please wait for your coffee. So it's a sweet thing to hear in your mouth. Okay, that's one thing that Michael Claus advised, shared to us. Then also be a good listener. Be a good listener because you're going to play detective. Once you're talking to these people, you don't just you don't listen to them and don't record what they're going to say. Meaning, for example, yes, my name is Joshua. Yeah, you're Mike. Mike, pleased to meet you. Thank you for sharing your seats with me. You know, I've been just waiting for my wife because she took the grocery and she maybe later after 15 minutes. So you, what are you doing here? Okay, and said, same. My wife is, women are into shopping, and I would like to say her and sip a cup of coffee. Okay. So, your wife is loves to shop. Is that what you said? You know, my wife is also doing the same. So, how how are you deal with that? Yes. Sometimes I'm over budget. My wife, that person that you're talking already shared something about their finances. You have to be sensitive on listening to us. Girls, pag nagsha-shopping sila, masyado silang, akala nila ang pera ganun lang pupulutin, no? And then maybe some people will tell you that, just an example. And then you cannot elicit information that this person maybe well off, money to give to her wife for shopping, or maybe not, maybe short with the budget, and maybe just have to teach the wife to be to save more money. So no, my point is that you are going to get something information, but do not present your opportunity immediately. Don't talk about the business immediately. Don't talk about the products. Even if you hear the person talking that, actually, mahirapan nga ako ngayon kasi meron akong maintenance. I just came from hospital and just like that. And then some of us will just, mag-spirulina ka. Kailangan mo to. You see, remember, you only meet the person for the first time. Siya pa lang, ngayon mo pa lang siya na-meet. And gusto mo mabentahan na agad siya? Gusto mo masabi mo na agad siya? No, remember, the first thing that you are going to do is to be interested with them, to really know them, and to trust them. So, ganun din, you have to appear trustworthy also. If your agenda is magbenta agad, makikreate agad ng wall yon sa product mo. Hindi ka nila nakakausapin ulit. Maaring during that time, mag-uusap kayo. Pero he is not really totally interested with what you're saying. Later on, pag tinawagan mo yun, hindi ka na niya kakausapin. Some experience, alam ko meron na kayo niyan. Okay? So, talk in terms of other person's interest. When they said about you ask the power question like, what do you do for a living? And then the person said, I'm an accountant. And politely will also ask, yes, what's your, how about you? What is your job? And then you said, I'm helping people to improve their lifestyle and to give them livelihood. Ah, that's interesting. And then you go back to the person. Don't keep on talking, no, in our livelihood, really, we really help other people. In fact, we do humanity. Please, please, don't discuss it yet. You have to, to go back to the person. Talk about the person, not about yourself. So the best thing that you're going to do when you are into um, the conversation, ask yourself first. Ask the person again. Say accountant. Maybe you're very hard. You have a very stressful work for this month. This April, I've learned that it is filing of income tax or filing of taxes in government, in government offices, and in private offices. Oh yes, and then you come back, go on knowing what he is really up to and what he's doing. That is what we mean on become interested with the person first. That will make very much important. You will feel important. And do not speak about your business. Talk to people you don't know. Number 8, you have to talk to people you don't know and stop speaking to people you know. This is a suggestion, actually. There are people who can maximize their warm and hot market, like their relatives or friends. But sometimes there are also people, uh, when they talk to their warm markets, to their relatives, their friends, they are the ones who are negative. These people become the negative, and then they become, more. Uh, we can say, they are the dream takers. Instead of supporting you, they will ask, oh, ano ka ba? Ba't pumasok ka dyan sa ganyang scam? Bakit ka ba naniwala ka ba? Effective ba talaga yan? Ah, magkano binayad mo? Wala ko, laki na. Okay? So, those people sometimes, instead of giving you support, sometimes they will pull you down. So, I mean, I'm saying not all, but don't focus on your relatives. Although it is the best intention that we have to share the products to our relatives, but be careful because and always just remember that you cannot please everyone, and not all people will follow you, not all people will talk to you, not all people will like you, not all people will join you. So, okay, don't be too emotional. Just go on. Look for people that you don't know. Okay. Now, prospection is a must to do in MLM business. This is a pipeline where this is where we get our pipeline, or we call it the gold mine. Kung nagdi kung nagmimina ka, naghuhukay ka ng ginto, ito yung prospects natin na hinuhukay natin. Diyan yan nanggagaling. And eventually, as you go along doing the prospection and becoming an art to you already, you will find the best person that you can have in your group. Okay? The person just like you. Okay? Then do it every day. You have a lot time to do it. Learn every day how to improve your skills. We have already studied it. I have already emphasized this. And lastly, everybody, remember, you people that you will not, that will like you, will talk to you. You will also people that will just shun away, snub you, and don't even talk to you. Okay? But don't don't be discouraged. Don't be too emotional. In this business, you just have to ask, why are those people who does who don't who just shun away to me, snub me, do that? Bakit ba hindi lahat ng mga tao na-attract ko? Bakit ba hindi nila gusto? Think, baka busy lang. Think, baka man may problema, may iba siyang iniisip. At hindi na natutuwa sa pagmumukha mo lalo nagkakaroon ng problema. Joke only. So, maybe you really have to look back. Ano ba ang pwede ko pang i-improve on how to approach people? Instead of being discouraged, ask yourself how you're going to improve. Okay? So, before you start, you really have to do pre-selection. Okay? Now, once you meet the person, don't forget this. Once you get out of the person, don't leave the person without asking the power question. What do you do for a living? From doing this, from asking this powerful question, you can elicit information on their finances, if they're happy with their job, if they're happy with what they are doing. So this is important because when you call back for follow-up or for presentation or for an appointment, you can use the words that he used to tell you what he is doing. Now, very important. Okay, you have to use a different approach to different folks. Okay, you have to be likable. You have to be honest that you are going to be interested with them. Do not forget the person name and pay very much attention. Pay attention to their needs and interests and their requirements. Don't forget so to get their number. Sometimes this is often, more often than not, napapabayaan natin. Masyado tayong natutuwa na sa pag-uusap, all of a sudden nakalimutan natin ibigay yung number natin at nakalimutan din natin hingin number nila or calling card for that matter. Don't forget that. Now, for prospection, I know it is not easy to do, but it is simple, right? It is not easy, but it is simple. It is the fundamental. So if you are here in this business and you don't talk to people, you don't want to go to market, then you have to ask yourself, why am I here? You have to really ask yourself, why am I here? Now, if you want here and you don't want to talk to people, I suggest you study how to approach people. Michael Klaus suggests the book of Dale Carnegie. Dale Carnegie. It is about how to influence people. Try to look for that book, and I'll try also to locate books that I can share to you. Very important that you are going to call back after the prospection. And the best time is 48 hours. Not too soon, not too late. 48 hours or 2 days. Then, when you call the person, you have to be using like this script, okay? Watch the, observe the script. What are the things that I have used, okay? When you call, for example, this script, Mary, I don't know if you remember me. This is John. I met you 2 days ago at the department store at the shoe section, and you were so kind to inform me about the location of the bookstore. Do you remember? Now you have to ask that. Do you remember? Because we should not assume that they remember you. Why? If they continue, you ask, Mary, do you remember? And then she said nothing, and you continue. You really don't know if Mary remembered you and what you're going to say makes sense to her. You really have to ask that. So until she says, I remember, Mary, I have been thinking about our conversation for the last couple of days. Tell me, Mary, did I catch you at the right time? You can talk for about 5 minutes. Again, you have to wait. You have to wait the answer of yes, sure. Because if she says, Oh, I'm busy. What are you going to say? You really have to know if she is open for the conversation or not. Now, if she say no, okay, Mary, when is the best time I can call you? And then talk to you about 5 minutes. Then you get the information, get the date, then call back after that. But if she says yes, sure, say thanks, Mary. Mary, I have something important I'd like you to hear. And then pause. And Mary, could you hear that? Okay. Then when Mary said, sure, nice, Mary. As I told you, I have thinking about our conversation for the last couple of days. You are among most sharp and interesting people I have met since a long time. Our company is expanding and I'm looking for some people like you. I don't know if this would be interesting for you or not, but when you mentioned to me about the kids and the expenses, about the car, and what you were looking to do, well, this is just maybe what you are looking for. Can I get up with you for a cup of coffee, show a little more about I am doing, and see if there's reason for us to talk about possibilities? Now, you have to remember, you did not talk about your company, our company. I did not talk about my products. I did not talk about my compensation plan. What I mentioned is based on the conversation that we have. You see, guys, if you look at the script, you may say, hindi naman to pwede sa mga kausap ko. Yes, of course. And we are so clear about that at first. We said that different strokes are for different folks. So if this script that doesn't fit, then you use another script. But look at the principle. Look at the content. It should contain polite words, acknowledging, putting back Mary into the situation where you have met and have the conversation. So kung nag-uusap kayo at nag-usap kayo noon na nasa market kayo at hindi sa shoe section or nasa bus station kayo waiting for the bus for 5 to 10 minutes, then you have to go back to that. And then you have to be very careful not to mention the company or any compensation plan. And you have mentioned the situation where you are in or where she was or what dilemma or what concern she has in the family or in personal matters. Like for example, kung iba yung matter, like for example, nga gusto niya mag-getting out of that 8 to 10 job because I want to have time with my family. So you go back to that script like saying, Mary, I have something very important to tell you. You see, I've heard that you told me that you really wanted to have more quality time with your family. You want also time without compromising your current uh, earnings right now. I would like to tell you something that my company is expanding right now. We're looking for people just like you. And if maybe it would be an interesting topic to you, would you care a cup of coffee over Starbucks and then we just have to talk in 20 minutes, 30 minutes? And let's see if there are some other possibilities or still we can talk about this in long term. And then wait for it. Yes, of course we have to. So what I'm trying to say here is the script is a guideline. You have to use the guideline, but you can use your own words. Okay? Now, if long term, okay, we have to let us not deal with that, but long term, the same script, the same principle, but use the different approach. Why? You can send them either, but you have to ask, what is, if you are going to learn new things and new information, what do you prefer to use? Is it radio, television, internet, or cassette tape? But you have to ask the things that you are, the resources that you are available. Like for example, for us, our availability are the email, the script, the manuals, the booklets, okay, the brochure, or the PowerPoints. So something to read or something to listen. Because if something to listen, then we can send her our audio material, what Gigo did, like the rationale of the products, and what we are doing, we can show it to her through media or audio media presentation. So that's it. I hope you get the point of our prospection. Now, after that, we have to remember that your follow-up call is not for presentation over the phone. It is presentation, asking for an appointment, and present to her. Now, if you have the tools to present, I present 15 minutes to 20 minutes only. I will share to you some materials about how we're going to present that, and I will send it through email. It is a PowerPoint, but I will give you an idea now. If you're going to present only 5 things for our SFF. Number one, the company's strength. Our company is a manufacturer and a producer. You have to emphasize that. We have to be proud that our company has a quality products, all natural ingredients coming from our manufacturing or aquatic plant in Subic, Zambales. And we are mainly the producer and the manufacturer and the distributor. Okay, that is a strong, or that is one edge we have. Because if you look at other companies, their products, you can see in their label, that it says they're manufactured for, distributed by. Meaning, this is manufactured for a certain distribution company or a networking company. So the process, the quality, the standard, this marketing company doesn't really know at all. Okay, but we have the confidence that our products are very, very have quality materials and quality products. Okay, and then let us all point out that we have a very good product, quality product, whole food. You have to study our products, okay? I will not discuss further, but our products, you have to don't forget that it is unarguably the best product in the whole world. Number 3, we have meaningful vision. We offer improved lifestyle to people by joining our livelihood program, and in doing so, our earning meaningful. If you ask them, you want to make friends and you want to really do something in your life right now that's really meaningful, this is what we are doing. Number 4, we have the best marketing plan. Our market is a multi-duplication. You see, if you're going to focus on frontliners only, people in your group, in your front line, teach them how to do the same. Remember, no limit in your first line, in your front line. 100 people there that will teach these people to do the same. You're going to build it for you. Just right on top. Unlike a binarian, they're limited to 1A and B only, and then they have to spill it over. Down, down, down. And even people that then we have multi-duplication, they have different ways to earn. We have the best marketing plan. Okay? Kasi bakit ko nasabi, you study the industry, the MLM industry, only 1% to 3% get on top using the binary. But our marketing plan had not yet been explored. If we're going to apply this, and if we're going to really religiously do this, many people will earn the potential earnings that we are talking. Like the 100,000 a month, 150, 200,000 million a month. We can do that in multi-duplication. Many people can achieve. Okay? Number 5, we are using the proven technique or the proven training module, what we are doing right now all over the world. This has been used by Nu Skin, used by other company, Usana, maybe different approach. But we are still using the same, going back to the MLM fundamentals. I think we have to be confident that this training material will lead us and will lead us to what we really want it to be. So those are the 5 things that you need to remember in your presentation. Even in 5 minutes, you can discuss that. If you want 15 minutes, show them pictures, videos, or use your power words. You can be effective in your presentation. And then you end up with a very strong closing. That we are all offering this. All you need to do is to act now. Your part is to act now. If you want to learn more, then invite them to the weekly training you have. The weekly training where you can ask your upline to share the same thing. Hindi different, the same thing. Para makita nila isa lang ang pinagsasabi namin, isa lang ang message na gusto naming isend sa inyo. At pag nag-indulge into that, mas madali makita nila. Remember, isang technique, tingnan nyo. If you can do it, presentation in very short period of time, it's easy to duplicate. Remember, pag nakita yan ng prospect mo, ay, ganun lang pala ang ginagawa mo, napakadali. Pwede ko rin gawin yan. See? Pero, pag nakita nila yung upline mo nagpe-present, at hirap na hirap din, matagal pa, sasabihin niya, ang hirap, ang dami pala nitong dapat malaman. Ay, ang hirap pala ng ginagawa mo. Hindi yata ito kaya. See? All boil on because you did not have personal development. You did not try to learn how to present well. So that is the bottom line. You have to really present it. You have to really also do that personal development. Show it to them that it is simple. Show it to them that it is duplicable. And duplication is the goal. Very, very easy if you have done the first, second step. Right? Because if they can see it, it is duplicable and it is easy for me to do. I will also, now, once na nag-join sila, doon natin sasabihin sa kanila. The reason why I am best, I'm doing this very, very well, because I am practicing it every day, every day, every day. You know, I am not satisfied, and I think you will agree with me. By the way, I will ask an evaluation from you after this. Please send me through email your evaluation on the positive things and the negative things that not negative things, the things that I have to improve in order to be an effective speaker and effective in what I'm doing right now before you. Please commit to do that because I really wanted to improve every day. Okay? I'm not satisfied with what I'm doing right now. I want to improve and I want to improve. Okay? So, going back to duplication. If you have been doing your personal development, you can share it to them. I'm doing this every day, reading 30 minutes a day and listening 30 minutes a day for me to really know what is all about in the industry, and that when I'm going out, this is very easy for me to do. The same thing. You have to teach them exactly the same as you do. And that is structure and accountability. You see, this is the basic things that we really need to do. Don't be tempted to you upline. I'm talking to uplines. Don't be tempted to present everything for your downline. You have to train your front lines to do the same exactly, so that they will do it to their prospects and do it to their sponsors. And they will teach this to their sponsors. That is the process and the end in mind that we have. So please, if ever you have fall into a temptation of doing the presentation for your downlines, stop it right now. Try to apply the things that we have learned first. Before I end, actually I'm about to close now. Determine what, where, what aspect, what part of your life or your personality you need to improve. And then try to look at it. Those things, are they relevant to my business, to the success of my business? If yes, prioritize all of those. Are those relevant for my family? Prioritize all of those. Are those things relevant for me to become a better person? Prioritize. Okay? And then do study every day and hone the skills. And then if you determine I need more prospection skills, by the way, I'm already searching also for more and more prospection, presentation, and duplication skills na material na I can extend to you through mail and through webinar also. Don't worry, I will be sharing it to you also. And if you determine that you are going to, you have to improve in those areas, you have to improve. And then meet your leaders right now. Later, ask them, what are the things that, what impacted me to the webinar that we have just made? What are the lessons that I have learned? And then if you have to really commit to me that you have to ask it to them, and then write it, and then they have to prioritize, ano ang una kong gagawin dito? What steps I'm going to do para ma-improve ko pa at ma-develop ko pa ang dapat na skills na kailangan. And then you have to write also when, where I'm going to start. Now, in what aspect of your life right now that I really don't know, I encourage you. Evaluate yourself. Look where you are right now. Learn from your past, but don't keep on looking at the mistakes that you have done in the past, but the things that you have learned from that mistakes. Then plan a personal development diary and then act on it for the next few days, months, and sitting. Next week, I give you goal setting and 90-day plan. I want to invite everyone, and if you can invite other people that you think very significant in your team, please invite them. And I hope we can start early and we can have a very fluid webinar. Our system will be okay because I have heard that there will be periodic schedule of brownout in your areas. Just please tell me ahead if those problems will occur, because we can adjust on the time where you are available. Okay? For now, I will copy and I will share it to you what Michael Kloss had said. He said that your network marketing business will only grow as fast as you grow. Again, your network marketing business will only grow as fast as you grow. With that being said, I hope we have a meaningful day together today, and I hope those principles and those lessons that we have heard just this morning will made an impact before your lives and before your business and before your family. Thank you and have a blessed afternoon ahead of you.